How's it going, everyone? Perry here with Unit Solutions, and for today's Quick Tip Tuesday, we're going to be discussing our scan and assessment. I feel like this is something that is often overlooked or just done in a lazy manner where, we might be used to shooting on a live fire range and we don't want to flag any of our fellow shooters on the line with us. So what ends up happening is after that person is done with their final shot, they either relax or they will reholster, or they'll do the lazy scan where they glance left and right and just go through the motions and don't actually see what they're trying to look at. So why is it important to scan? First, it helps us look for additional threats. That person in front of you may not have been the only problem. So taking a moment to visually clear and inspect your surroundings will just help ensure that there's nothing else developing around you. Secondly, it's going to help us increase our awareness of our environment. There's going to be a lot of moving pieces. There might be somebody that needs your help or assistance, or you might need to look for your next piece of cover and reposition somewhere safer. And third, you need to look for your next job. That might be getting on the phone with authorities or checking in on your family, or even communicating with your team members and seeing what they're dealing with and how you can assist. All right, so what might a proper scan look like? After I am done engaging with my threat and I confirm they are no longer a threat, I bring my gun down to a low ready and I start scanning my environment and my surroundings in a 360 setting. All right, in this moment, take a breath, lift up your eyes. Your brain just went through this very high stressful situation, and it's very easy to stay sucked into that tunnel vision, which is what we're trying to break here. When that happens, you get so laser focused on one thing that you're gonna miss everything else that's happening around you. All right, so now that I have scanned the 180 degrees in front of me, I still need to see what's behind me. So doing that, I like to bring my gun up to a high ready, which will help prevent my muzzle from flagging any potential friendlies to my side or behind me as I turn. And then being a right-handed shooter, I personally find that it's best for me to turn to my left because it's easier for me to present my weapon if another threat happens to present itself once I turn around. So if they happen to already be close up on me as I'm turning, I can still strike or I can push while keeping my gun out of their reach. So turning right is still doable, but just realize as you go to turn, if they are close, there is potential for them getting hands on your weapon, which is something we don't want. So as I go to turn, I can still strike if I needed to, or I can even hack with my muzzle as I go to present. But in my opinion, turning left is going to be the best option, unless you are Zoolander.
I can't turn left.
So some key points to remember. Once the shooting stops, it does not mean that the situation is over. We want to break that tunnel vision and be more aware of everything that's happening around us. That one habit could be what helps you make better decisions and when it matters most. All right, guys, that is all we have for today. We will see you next week.